Hey folks, this is Jake Davis with, it's not on the fly review, but I think it's been about a month, I think over a month since I posted the last video. I believe my last review was Snow White. I've gotten a new phone, I'm about to start a new job. Been a bit busy, uh, sorta. A lot of things, so many things going on, and, I haven't had a chance to do a review, just haven't been really, uh, been up to doing a review. So instead of just jumping back into it with some random what's the most recent thing I saw, I'm just gonna do a quick dump. All 8 movies, new releases I've seen in the last month. Just a quick speed run. Let's see if I can get through this. Straight up, The Woman in the Yard, directed by Wame Colette Serra and starring Danielle Deadwyler. Wame Colette Serra also directed Black Adam and Orphan. This movie is a disabled widow with her 2 children in a rundown old farmhouse in the middle of nowhere. One day, an old veiled woman in a rocking chair comes to visit them and will not leave. Of course, unnatural and bizarre things start happening around them. I liked this movie better when it was called The Others, with Nicole Kidman, and I wasn't that nuts about that movie. I think this movie is painfully unoriginal, a blatant ripoff, and it's not the only blatant ripoff I'm going to be mentioning in this quick review. 2 stars. Novocaine, starring Jack Quaid and Ray Nicholson and Jacob Batalon. I thought this was awful. The whole concept of this movie is a meek bank manager. After his boss is murdered and his girlfriend is kidnapped, he starts running through the city chasing a trio of bank robbing Santa Clauses. And he's born without the ability to feel pain. So he's just constantly getting his ass kicked while he falls ass backwards into victory, and constantly going, sorry, oh, sorry about that. Hated this movie. It's one joke, an obnoxious performance from Jack Quaid, and utterly cringe-inducing character. I mean, up there with characters like Juno and the Love Guru. I cannot wait to get this cocksucker off my screen. 2 stars. Up next, Sinners, which is this huge hit in this gets all this praise. Well, it's directed by Ryan Coogler. It stars Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld. And the whole premise is 2 brothers who are criminals hold up for the night in a bar while vampires are outside. And yeah, bar's not called the Titty Twister either. This is a blatant, shameless, sanctimonious ripoff of From Dusk Till Dawn. So we're going to take out titties and we're going to throw in just browbeating racial lectures. I prefer the titties, thank you. And I mean, yeah, sure, Haley Steinfeld. I'm not saying she's a bad replacement for Salma Hayek, but I mean, can you really replace Salma Hayek? I mean, this movie's a blatant ripoff. I will give it credit for its cosmetics, performances, music, photography, all very nice. Jack O'Connell is a very entertaining vampire in this, and I don't like his work usually. I don't think I've ever liked him in a movie. But I just thought this movie was really, really fucking full of itself. You can feel the director and Michael Jordan smelling their own fucking farts. 2 stars. Death of a Unicorn, starring Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega. The whole premise here is father and his strange daughter, while after don't really talk with each other, are going out to this big mansion where he's going to try to get the steal of a lifetime. They accidentally run over and kill a unicorn. The unicorn's mate starts to hunt them and wants to kill everybody, and it's just a silly, silly, silly movie. Now with the cast, also with Tia Leone and Will Forte, Richard E. Grant, and NoHo Hank. As a fine cast, and this really should have been a fun movie, but this is a boring, bad, not funny movie. And not only that, but it seems to suffer from basic things but at this point in the history of cinema, we almost take for granted, like sound mixing and editing. There's genuine scenes in the film where characters were, like there's a scene in the movie, Jenna Ortega is running from the unicorn, and in the very next shot, she's just lost it. Just turned the corner and it's not chasing her anymore. Bad editing. 2 stars. Thunderbolts, the latest MCU movie. This is stars Sebastian Stan and Florence Pugh. This is a bunch of the sidekicks from the Disney Plus shows are lured into this big bomb room where they eventually escape and decide to work together to bring down Elaine Bennis. Everybody's already talked about the horrible ending where this godlike monster who's destroying the entire city, but all he really needs is a hug. When people were bitching about destruction porn when Man of Steel and Avengers came out, like, oh my god, all those cities, there's so much destruction. Shut the fuck up and enjoy the movie. God damn. The Avengers evacuated the city. Just whatever. Who cares? I don't care. I'm here to watch the action scenes because it was assholes like you want to bitch about big action scenes and Transformers and shit like that. Now we got superhero movies ending with fucking support hugs. Fuck you. 2 stars. Louis Pullman was really good in this movie, by the way. Until Dawn. What utter fucking trash. This film was directed by David F. Sandberg, who did Shazam. And I know he also did Lights Out. But this is the latest trying to make a video game, and I don't know shit about the game. But I'm gonna guess it wasn't the same premise. I just got a feeling. But this, of course, they die, and each time they die, the night resets. So it's Friday the 13th meets Groundhog Day, and it's really, really, really fucking stupid. I hated everybody in. It's never a good thing, not even a slasher, when you find yourself rooting for the monsters. 2 stars. Drop. Drop is directed by Christopher Landon, and it's another blatant ripoff. It's a ripoff of Wes Craven's Red Eye with Rachel McAdams and Cillian Murphy. The whole premise of this woman, a woman who had a traumatizing past relationship. She has a sister's babysitting, and she's gonna have a Valentine's Day date with this guy at a hotel, at a fucking big tower, a diner, some bullshit. And now she's basically being held hostage by an assassin who wants her to kill her date, and so looking for all these different reasons to get out of it. Now, despite it being a ripoff, and despite it being really sounding stupid, it's actually not that bad a movie. It's well paced. The girl in the lead is okay, is entertaining in it, likable in it, and I think the director Landon does a really good job of just presenting stories and characters and female characters that you can support and get behind and root for, which honestly isn't that easy. Especially when they want to girl boss everybody. But still, and unlike Sinners and The Woman in Black, this movie doesn't completely lose the plot on the film it's ripping off. Doesn't try to act like it's better than the film that you're stealing all your fucking ideas from. So it gets 2.5 stars. And finally, a Minecraft movie, which I took my kids to see last weekend. Kids enjoyed it. Me and the missus did not. This movie stars Jack Black and Jason Momoa, and it's directed by Jared Hess, who directed Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. Of course, all based on the video game, which I've also never played. Way too old for Minecraft. And the premise is a bunch of humans get sucked into the world of Minecraft. Basically the same plot as the Super Mario Brothers movie. They gotta find their way and stop some evil pig. It's really stupid. Old jokes. I mean, painfully old jokes. I mean, like, I'm surprised they didn't bust out some Abbott and Costello. In fact, that would have helped if they used some Abbott and Costello in this movie. The kid characters just didn't. And by the way, all the human characters that surround Jack and Jason really don't make sense. Danielle Brooks is in there, and she's all right. But, I mean, she's just there to be a token black character, and it's kind of... Are we not past that yet? We seriously can't think of any other reason to work a black character into a movie just other than to be the person that stands around and goes, damn. I mean, you even had to fucking do that shit with Star Wars. I'd give Minecraft 2 movies, and I still don't understand the whole purpose of the big sister. I mean, maybe it was just a rule. We have to have a pretty 20-year-old girl in this movie. That's just the law. 2 stars. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, every film coming out of Hollywood right now seems to be exactly the fucking same. And none of them are worth recommending. Uh, Last week I went back and watched the original Spider-Man. That's a good movie. Anyhow, I'm Jake Davis. Not catch on the fly.